love that noise. Man. That's good intel. I just kicked up 2 roosted turkeys, and we're less than a month away from turkey season, and they were big toms. That's cool. My tag, I can hunt like 4 or 5 counties, so definitely gonna mark that. Well, yeah, we're back in the woods, scouting part 3. This might be more of like not so much marsh, kind of swampy transition line scouting, but you know, I was out here last week, as you saw in the last video. It did not go well. Tons of human sign, just not happy with what I'm finding. So I've gone to a totally new property. I was cyber scouting all week, and I want to check access to, there's a big marsh that goes into a nasty tamarack, so I want to check access to that. I'm probably going to need hip boots, so I might come back next week and do that, but I just want to see what it looks like today, and then I'm going to hit some of this other stuff and just have a day of it. We got about 6-7 hours. We can look around and hopefully find something good. So stick with us, stay tuned, and hopefully we find some good stuff. Pretty good looking scrape. There's a couple small rubs back in there. Oh, another scrape. Oh, cool. Cool. Pretty good trail here. Hasn't been used in a while, but I don't see any human sign. There's no clippings or cuttings or boot tracks. Rub there, a little better rub right there. Looks like a pretty nice rub back in there. There's a little island out here I want to check before we get into the nasty stuff. Really good stuff in here. This is full of poop. Looks like something beds here. Looks like another bed over there. There's a little rub in there. It is definitely where deer are hanging out. I haven't saw like super huge buck sign, but they're definitely hanging out in here. Yeah, that's definitely a good bed. I mean, you can see out. This is a cool spot. It'll be hard to get to. So I'm on one side of the island now, and I'm seeing some good sign. So I'm gonna just keep walking around the island. The cool thing about this island, it doesn't really look like an island on an aerial. Maybe it's overlooked. I haven't saw any human sign. No trails, no boot tracks, no tree stand marks. This is really cool. I mean, there's hair in there. There's a little rub. It's your typical, you know, buck bedding spot. There's a couple more beds over here. So we're finally on something good. I'm gonna keep going around the island and find all the beds, mark them so I know, you know, on what particular winds he's hanging out here. I don't know if I can get on the island though. I might have to hunt just, you know, away from it. We shall see. Another good bed. Beat up trail. Beat up trail. This is what he sees. And I don't see any human sign. Yeah, this is freaking awesome. I don't know how the hell I'd hunt this though. I don't know how I'd hunt this. I might have to come in from like hundreds of yards. I might have to swing all the way around. Man. I'm gonna keep going around the island, see if I find some more stuff. But this is good. I'm really happy. Alright, so I got to the other end of the island. This looks like an apple tree to me, don't it? There's heavy trail coming in this way, heavy trail that I just came in on. I mean, there's tons of tracks in here. You can tell they were in here a lot. Might be a bed there. Looks like there's a little bit of rubbing going on in here. Nothing super huge. I don't know if that's rubbing or chewing, but the mother beds were over here on the other side. I mean, this would be really difficult to hunt. The wind's going to be coming this way usually. He probably beds on that corner because of the wind, so I'd have to hit it on a super off wind, and I don't know. I'm thinking about getting a cell cam this year, and there's a perfect spot to put it. So there's trails going all through this. I think if I put a cell cam out here, and when that cell cam heats up, then I try to make a move on this place. It's hard to get to, it's really wet. I about went over my boots getting here, but I mean, to be honest with you, this is like, it's a cool little spot and it looks unmolested. There was one tree on the edge over there that had some cut limbs, but they were from years ago. So I don't think anybody's coming out here. I hear tons of turkeys gobbling right over there in the timber too, so that's cool. It's nice being out here scouting, you know, you're kind of figuring out where the deer are and then getting ready for turkey season. So I'm pretty pumped. I'm gonna keep just kind of working this a little bit, and then I'm gonna get back onto the mainland and I'm gonna scooch over and look at what I really wanted to look at. This is kind of a detour, but it was a good detour. So I'm gonna move over, look and see about access for next week, because I really want to get back into this nasty spot. It's basically a marsh that dumps into a tamarack swamp, and if you can get through the tamaracks, there's some isolated oak ridges that they're landlocked, you can't get to them. So, you know, I'm looking at overlook spots, which this is one. I'm looking for hard, long walks or really hard access. I'm not afraid to throw standing sticks on my back and fucking swim to get somewhere. So just trying to think outside the box, get away from everybody else. I'd love to find like a little honey hole where somebody isn't hunting. It's really hard in southern Michigan, especially everybody's on public now, but this is good. This is really good. I mean, if I snuck in here, early, got maybe into the rut and came out here and hung a set, came out like 2 hours before light, I might be able to, get him before he comes back to his bed. But that cell cam will tell a lot. So we got to go cell cam shopping. There it is. Hell of a trail going to it too. Nice big bed in the middle of nothing. Another big freaking bed right here. If it's dry enough, they'll bed right in this stuff. As you can see, I'm in an absolute maze of shit. But there's one big tree. That would be a sweet tree to hunt out of, maybe. You get really high up that, maybe even for gun season. If you got high enough in gun season, you'd be able to cover all this. And you go check that tree out. There's the tree. Poop in there, little bedding hump, big rub. This is nice. This is real nice. You probably beds here. Little rub. Gets out of his bed, rubs on the big tree. Yes, now we're talking. Just gotta keep going, man. Keep going until you find something good. Now we're on to something here. Now we're on to something. Nice hump here. Poop in the bed. Doesn't look like it's used a ton, but it's a nice hump, and it's all wet all around it. Nothing's gonna get into this deer without him knowing. I don't see any rubs really in this area. That big tree's back over there, so that's definitely the best spot, I think, because it's kind of on the edge. Predominant winds go that way, so, but definitely something lays here. Sure, keep going. I'm having to go through this tamarack swamp to get to that ridge that I wanted to get to. So far I'm able to manage it, so we'll see. Hopefully it doesn't get wetter. That's a good one. I'm literally heading back to the truck, and I was like, I'm just gonna walk this edge. The human trail is like right in there, but I mean, you can see, you can't see out, and the road's not far, so I'm like, I'm just gonna check this edge out, and bam, big buck sign. This looks good. This one's a couple years old, but that's a big rub. High. I'd say that's at least probably from last year. Nice trail. Another old rub. And then there's another nice rub right there. I think that looks like from this year, maybe. Early season. Maybe. Yeah, I mean, look, that's tall. It's high up. I gotta kind of have the camera leaning, but this is good stuff, man. Really good stuff. Looks like spike horn. Those spikes. Stinky. My kids will like to play with these little antlers. I'll cut them off for them.